Forsyth and Ryan Boyle. It is another Bradford League One Rugby League game of the spectacular, and this one promises to go all the way. Listen to the noise, a hero's welcome. Who's your money on this afternoon, John?
I think Bradford. I think it's going to be a tight game though, and don't underestimate these boys. Whilst Bradford won pretty easily down at the Keep Moat, I think it's going to be a tough one, and I think the heat's going to have something to do with it as well.
Well, before we get proceedings underway, there will be a minute's silence, because it is with great sadness that the Bradford Bulls can announce the passing of two former players. Brian Todd was a centre who signed from St Helens to help the newly formed Bradford Northern back in 1964. His career saw him play for York, Keighley, St Helens and Bradford Northern, and he also represented Yorkshire before immigrating to New South Wales in the mid-70s. He sadly passed away at the age of 80 years old on the 9th of June. And also in remembrance, Colin Forsyth. He was an unstoppable, barnstorming prop who appeared 161 times for Bradford Northern, scoring a record 54 tries for a prop forward. His career saw him play for York, Bradford Northern, Oldham, Featherstone, Wakefield, and also represent Yorkshire and England. He was a member of the Premiership winning side in 77-78, the winning Championship winning side between 79 and 80 and 80 and 81, and he was also a Yorkshire Cup final winner with Bradford Northern. The Bradford Bulls, Bulls Live and Proper Sport would like to invite everyone now to join us in a minute's silence in memory of both Brian and Colin, who along with their families and friends are within our thoughts during this difficult time. So an impeccable minute's silence observed in memory of the passing of two former players, Brian Todd and Colin Forsyth. And before we get underway, there's a very special guest here at Odsal Stadium this afternoon, and it's Doncaster lad who was severely injured while serving with the 7th Parachute Regiment of the Royal Horse Artillery in Afghanistan in 2006. He is still the most severely injured serviceman to ever survive his wounds. He's certainly been a hugely inspirational figure following the massive challenges that his injuries have presented him. So we're now going to hear a hero's welcome for Lance Bombardier Ben Parkinson, MBE, and he will now present the match ball to the referee.
And he lives his life to the full. He's a truly inspirational man. Please put your hands together and give a massive welcome to one of Yorkshire's finest military heroes. Please welcome
Listen to the noise for Lance Bombardier, Ben Parkinson, MBE. What a legend, what an inspirational gentleman. And this is a moment that will live with all the supporters in the stadium for a long, long time. The match ball presented to the referee, Tom Crashley. And the supporters, they've been clapping now for over a minute. They're on the feet in the main stand. And this is what rugby league and sport is all about, breaking down those boundaries. And of course the Bulls dedicating this fixture as the Armed Forces Day, showing the support for those soldiers at home and abroad. I've got to say, Elliot, I'm quite moved up here in the gantry.
Yeah, it's a very special moment for the audience here today, and you know, obviously paying his respects to an amazing person and, like I say, an inspiration. So yeah, I'm like yourself, I'm quite moved myself. So yeah, it's very nice.
Well, when these two sides last met at the Keepmoat Stadium back at the end of April, it was Doncaster 6, Bradford Bulls 32. Ethan Ryan, Mikey Wood and George Flanagan, the try scorers. Elliot Minchella scored a couple of tries himself. Right, let's get ready. We're just waiting for Ben Parkinson to get back in his wheelchair, and he's going to certainly have a great pitchside seat of the action, up right close and personal. And he's the club special guest this afternoon. And once again, a massive round of applause, and Sam Hallis down there shaking his hand as referee Tom Crashley puts whistle to lips. 10 seconds gone here at Odsal. Pickersgill coolly picks up the ball there under pressure, and it'll be Steve Crossley on tackle number 1, and Bradford will move the ball from left to right, and Crossley has been held down in the tackle. So referee Tom Crashley signalling an early statement of intent. One feels he wants a good clean ruck. Chisholm just slips in back play, finds touch, 20 metres shy of the halfway line. Val Turner joining us, so too Gene Goddard and Dan Jones, so too Ed Hill and Sam Pryor. And Gene says, how brave is Ben? That is a true hero. So Bulls Live, proper sport. First set of 6 then for the Bradford Bulls. Mikey Woods brought down on the left-hand edge. And it's going to be Vila Halafihi out of dummy half. It's going to go to Keys, to Crossley. Crossley, 5 metres, make that 10 metres inside the Doncaster half. Both sides just testing each other out early doors, and the 40 away from that Doncaster line as a short pass from Halafihi. We'll see Laithwaite on loan from the Wolfpack for the remainder of 2018, brought down 25 metres out. Here goes Halafihi to Bustin. Bustin, a late introduction in replacing Lee Smith, and he's brought down on the last tackle, 15 out in front of the post. What will the Bulls do here? It goes to Chisholm with some zip out on that left-hand edge, and it's a try after 90 seconds to Ethan Ryan. Try number 16 of the season. Bulls 4, Doncaster 0. What a start! Elliot Minchella.
Yeah, great start from the boys. Obviously, we got a penalty of first play, and then great pass from Chiz out to Smithy, and he just drew his winger in, and Ethan did a Superman finish as he does, and great start to the game. Let's hope it continues that way.
John, just exactly what John Keir would have wanted. Early penalty, early pressure. The Bulls not afraid to throw the ball around on the last.
Yeah, absolutely. And also there, Callum Bustin's collision and leg drive there was massive. And that was the platform then for Dane to go and throw that fantastic pass out wide. And interestingly enough there, we do that a lot, but we've done it now when it matters. So when the ball reached Lee Smith, he's actually got 2-on-1, and Ethan walked in the corner, didn't he, which is a fantastic start.
Nothing that the left edge defence of Doherty and Cameron Scott could do over on that eastern sideline. And as we said, the Bradford Bulls in rampaging form coming into this round 14 fixture. That is now the 137th try that the Bulls have scored in the John Keir era. And when you look at the back line of Pickersgill, Grant, Gibson, Smith and Ryan, they've now scored 44 tries between them, a very potent attacking force. And John Keir will be delighted with the opening start with 90 seconds gone on the clock. Chisholm, 5 from 5 last week, 53 goals in 2018. He's kicking at 91%, and we've put the mockers on him. The score remains Bradford Bulls 4, Doncaster 0. We've had 2 minutes gone on the clock at Odsal Stadium, and I think, Elliot Minchella, as we've just said, that start will certainly please head coach John Keir.
Yeah, you can't ask for a much better start than that, can you? Hopefully we don't take his foot off the gas and think that we're in for an easy day, because it certainly won't be, and we're going to have to get in an arm wrestle here, and starts here with Steve Crossley.
Sanderson's restart. with Crossley on the left-hand edge. And as we said, Steve Crossley's been in fine form. And if you read the Telegraph and Argus over the weekend, I was tasked by Andrew Chalmers to grade the performance of all the players, the coach, and also the fans. And certainly Steve Crossley, alongside Elliot Minchella and Ethan Ryan, getting the highest grade possible, an A-star. Laithwaite will give Gibson the ball. Gibson's wrapped up. 8 metres shy of the halfway line. Third tackle gone. Halafia out of dummy half. Here goes Mikey Wood. Wood bounces off Boyle. Can't get past Spears. And Russ Spears wraps him up just shy of the halfway line on the fourth tackle. Halafia up and over halfway. Scampering forward. Last tackle, says referee Tom Crashley. Keys along the line to Chisholm. Chisholm's going to sky it. It's going to come down for Richard Owen. Richard Owen takes it on the 10 and he immediately asserts himself and he's clattered there into Mikey Wood and Callum Bustin. So they're going to move the ball on that right-hand edge. Spears on tackle 1. Out of dummy half from Miller. Miller's going to give it there to Lane. Wrapped up 15 shy of halfway. Bradford leading 4 points to 0. Courtesy of Ethan Ryan's 16th try of the season. And Bradford's defence on rushing, all cohesive, talking to one another. Although that penalty there given away by James Laithwaite for just laying on in the tackle won't please head coach John Keir. That is the first penalty they've conceded and they've put themselves under a little bit of pressure here, Elliot.
Yeah, it was an unfortunate penalty to give away there. It was a good attacking set from the boys, turned the ball over 10 metres from their line, and we've let them off the gas here. So hopefully we can keep them out and get back into our stride. But we've got a great defence, so the boys will be confident here on defending his own line.
That's something that John Keir has certainly worked on with the players in 2018, that watertight defence. Haven't conceded more than 3 tries in Betfred League One all season, and it will be Doncaster now having a potential raid 10 metres out from that Bradford Bulls try line, and it'll be Keswick to Spears on tackle number 2. Spears is brought down underneath the posts. 10 metres out as Keswick floats it out there to Miller. Miller can't get past Bustin. Bustin brings him down and will halt his forward progress. Keswick out of dummy half. It goes to Lane. Jordan Lane, one of the Hull FC dual reg players, playing for Doncaster this afternoon. Last tackle, says Tom Crashley. Keswick, it goes out. Doncaster are going to try and get the ball down on the power play. That looks like it's good. It's the Australian, Jody Hedges. And it is 4 points apiece at Odsal Stadium. 6 minutes gone.
Yeah, it's obviously unfortunate to concede that try. It kind of contradicted what I just said there, but it came about from the penalty, didn't it? Giving them field position, and like we said in the pre-match, these are a dangerous team, and they can hurt us. So the boys will be disappointed by that. Hopefully, we see a reaction now, and no more of them.
And I think we've just seen there, John, Bradford, the guilty of laying on the tackle. They've given Doncaster a cheap invitation into their own half. And as we already knew, it was going to be a tough afternoon in the sun. And I think we've just seen what Jody Hedges, the Australian standoff half for Doncaster, can do.
Yeah, we have. I just think Bradford a bit slow off the line there. I couldn't quite see what happened. He managed to get through, but to be honest, with 3 lads in front of him, he shouldn't be getting the ball down. But I said pre-match, this isn't going to be easy, you know, it's going to be a tough afternoon.
And it will be Jody Hedges to attempt the conversion attempt. 1 from 1 attempt last weekend, and they went down 34-6 at Derwent Park. This to give Doncaster the lead here at Odsal Stadium. Kieran Cross, Garrett Boucher, Amelia Gatwood joining us this afternoon. Left-footed kicker. 20 metres out, 10 metres in from this main stand side. That one has gone across the face of the post. Ironic cheers from the Bulls faithful below, and we are locked up at 4 points apiece here on Bulls Live and Proper Sport this afternoon. So both Chisholm and Hedges not bringing the radars with them early doors, but with 8 minutes gone, the Bulls will be looking for a response now. Elliot.
Yeah, they will, and I'm sure some of the more experienced boys behind the post that have been getting everybody together, and you know, it's a bit more of a chat of let's start again and get back into the grind now. Like I said, arm wrestle, and I believe if we're going to arm wrestle with any team in our division, we'll come out on top. So hopefully that's what we do and have an 80-minute performance.
So Bulls Live, Proper Sport. Nick Bledel, Elliot Minchella and John Keys got commentary team this afternoon, and Dane Chisholm on the restart has forced the first goal line dropout of the afternoon, and that is the 41st dropout the Bulls have forced their opponents to concede after 14 rounds, and that is going to certainly give the impetus and any ascendancy back in favour of John Keir's side. A bit of a shallow boomerang restart there from Hedges. It's taken by Laithwaite on tackle number 1, 25 metres away from the Doncaster line. It'll go from Halafehi to Wood. Wood's brought down in a free-man tackle. Boyle throwing his weight around early doors. So too Charlie Martin on his return to action for Doncaster. Keys, Chisholm Garside on that left-hand edge, and he's brought down just shy of the Doncaster line, 5 metres out. Risky pass there from Halafehi. It sort of caught the wind and took a bit of speed off it, but Crossley got there, and Crossley's brought down 5 away from the line. Halafehi, Chisholm, Mikey Ward a metre shy of the line. Last tackle, says referee Tom Crossley. Play the ball, it'll go to Keys. Keys on the power play to Laithwaite. Hot potato stuff from the Bulls. Gibson's got it, but Ashley Gibson wrapped up there. Good, solid, stringent defence. Jason Tarley and Jack Sanderson, they attracted to Ashley Gibson like a magnet, and the score remains with 10 minutes gone here at Odsal on a perfect summer's afternoon. Bulls 4, Doncaster 4. You've got to be pleased, Elliot, with from a Doncaster point of view with that Doncaster defence.
Yeah, they showed some steel there to keep us out, but on a Bradford point of view, it's not a bad place to turn the ball over 5 metres from their line in the corner there. They've got to go 100 metres now if they want to get anywhere near our line, so it's not a bad turnover. You don't have to score in every set, and like I said, they've got to go 100 metres now, but they're not doing a bad job of it here, so we can get the ball back here from this kick.
Keswick get to his feet, play the ball. It be Hedges in at dummy half. It'll go to Miller. Miller on the last tackle, 40 metres out from the Bradford line, and that's a great take over on that far side by Ethan Ryan. Ethan Ryan will get up, quickly play the ball. Chisholm in at dummy half to Pickersgill. Pickersgill with 5 tries to his name in 2018. Really enjoying life under John Keir. And we're now going to see Lee Smith take a captain's knock as Charlie Martin and Jordan Lane will hold him up in the tackle, and he'll be brought down 18 metres shy of the halfway line. So 11 minutes gone here at Odsal Stadium. Lee Smith's took a little bit of a knock there. He'll get up a little bit groggy. Referee Tom Crashley watching on. He's going to say play on. Halafehi to Bustin. Bustin will try and look through a hole, and he's immediately brought down there by Boyle and Spears. Just shy of the halfway line. Crossley caught on the shoulder. Last tackle. Lee Smith still down in back play, holding the left ankle. Chisholm will kick into space. Will that hold up on the Speedway corners? No, it won't. Dead in goal. 7 tackle set coming up for Doncaster, and Lee Smith in a little bit of discomfort in back play there, Elliot.
Yeah, it looked like he twisted his knee from where I'm looking up here. His legs got caught up in the tackle, and it doesn't look too good, so hopefully Smith is all right. He's a key player for us, and he's a good leader, so hopefully he's all right, but it's not looking too good. He's making his way off now, so I hope Smith is, wish him all the best. I hope it's not too bad.
Well, the crowd were doing the best to alert the officials that Lee Smith was down in back play, and that will see Lee Smith come off. An early interchange for John Keir's side. On will come the black scrum cap Liam Johnson, and we'll just say hello to Bobby Potts, Stuart Rubery, David Waterworth, Barbie Gled, Stephen Price joining us this afternoon on Bulls Live Proper Sport. Let us know where you're watching and let us know your score predictions, and we'll certainly try and go through as many as possible. Bradford, though, defending just inside their own half. Here goes Hedges to Miller. Miller wrapped up by Chisholm and Johnson. 2 Bulls defenders there. Effective tackling, and he's wrapped up there on tackle number 4. A metre shy of the halfway line. Russ Spears is going to front up, but he can't get past Bustin. He can't get past Crossley, and he certainly cannot get past Mikey Wood, who literally threw himself in that tackle. Flat pass out of dummy half from Kyle Keswick. Keswick will in turn give the ball back to Miller. Miller's going to be wrapped up there, and that'll be the last tackle for Doncaster. 4 points apiece here in the sunshine at Odsal. 35 away from the Bradford Bulls line. The kick will come in from Hedges on this left-hand edge. Chester for Pickersgill. Pickersgill takes it after heavy attention there from Jason Tarley and Jack Sanderson coming in. So Pickersgill a little bit groggy. Dalton Grant's first touch of the game, and Grant's going to be brought down 5 out from his own line. And this is a good solid defensive set from Richard Horn's Doncaster side, who are looking to put the squeeze, force the error from the Bulls. Halafi on tackle number 3. He'll give the ball to Ethan Ryan, who's coming from that far stand side, and Ethan Ryan's going to be brought down the middle channel, just outside his own 20-metre line. Garside on tackle number 5. Doncaster have restricted the Bulls to just 30 metres. They'll kick from deep inside the half. Keys, a little bit too much on that, Elliot, but that's quite a good, clever kick in a way, because it allowed the Bulls now to set their defensive line up on the Doncaster 30, and Doncaster have got to race behind the dead ball line and get the ball.
Yeah, it's not too bad, but we won't be happy with the 7 tackle set, and I'm sure Keysy won't be. He'll be the first to say so. But no, it's a controlled restart, I suppose, and like you said, we've got a defensive line set now, ready to get stuck into them, and hopefully we can, you know, tackle pretty hard and get stuck into these boys.
Robert Taylor says afternoon from sunny Paphos in Cyprus. Jamie Michael Boyle, good up-and-coming squad there, learning fast under John the Major Kia. And Veronica Sanderson saying, Brian and Veronica Sanderson from Hull watching with grandson Jack. And Simon Williams watching from North Wales. Brodie O'Connor from York. Certainly keep your comments coming. And Lance Delac has just joined us. Lance, of course, a former performance analyst at the Bradford Bulls. North Wales Crusaders in action this afternoon, and we'll go through all the latest scores with John Key, who's just to the side. And John, the latest scores on the doors. You've got the phone. Is this going to get them all up? But certainly for those joining us, Sue Bullard enjoying the coverage from Ipswich, Lee Chapman in Derbyshire. Let's start with League One, John. The latest scores then.
Yeah, Newcastle are winning 36-12 at home against Coventry. Workington are 52-6 up against Hemel. Oldham are winning 12-6 away at Hunslet. York are winning 18-10 at Keighley, and obviously Bradford and Doncaster 4 each. While we're on here, can I just say hello to James Butterfield, who's missing his first game today in 4 years. He said if I mention him, he said he'd take me out for dinner next week.
James Butterfield, of course, the legend, the man with the drum. Bradford awarded their second penalty, 2 tackles after the scrum, and that will see Chisholm, or should I say Keys, fine touch. John, what do you reckon? Where do you reckon this one's going? 15 minutes gone, 4 points apiece. It's a tight one.
I think I said it's going to be a tough afternoon, and a tough afternoon in the heat. I mean, it's warm in here, so I don't know what it's like down there. Just interested the way Doncaster are playing. They ran that first set of good ball at us, and since then they've looked to kick and more of a territorial game, hunting a mistake probably. But it's about Bradford also, you know, playing the way they can play, and I think we saw it for the first try. Just be interesting now to see when we get our next set of good ball and see what we do then.
Bradford just inside the Doncaster half. Keys finds Steve Crossley. Steve Crossley brought down there by Jordan Lane and Ryan Boyle. 2 tackles remaining here for John Kea's side. It's been a while since they've been down this part of the field as it goes from Keys to Wood. Wood's going to be brought down just inside the 20. And referee Tom Crossley will say that it's tackle number 4. Halafiyi out of dummy half. Twisting and turning, finds Keys. Keys looks for options. Misses out Gibson. Goes past Gibson, behind Halafiyi, and he's going to be wrapped up 10 metres out from the Doncaster line on the 5th and last tackle. Chisholm, crossfield kick, looking for Ethan Ryan. Ethan Ryan! What a try from Ethan Ryan! Flying through the air like he doesn't care, and he's got try 17 of the season. It's fast turning in to the Ethan Ryan show.
Yeah, it's what a finish, eh? That's just what Ethan's about, isn't it? Fantastic finish. Great kick by Chizzy, and no, that was great to see. Anybody who's joining us, what a try by Ethan. No, fantastic. He's been doing that all year, and he certainly does all the tough stuff as well, so really happy for him, and hopefully he gets a couple more today.
Well, Elliot, you know, you got 22 tries in all competitions. Ethan's now on 17. Is there some competition who gets the most this year?
Nah, he's got to beat me, and he's a winger. If he don't beat me, then I'll be getting into him. So no, obviously, if he keeps scoring tries, our points are going up, so no, I don't mind. But no, Ethan's a great player. Like I said, that fantastic try and great leap through the air and good finish, so long may it continue. And
just a mention to Liam Kirk. He's currently got none, so he's on for the nude run at the minute. Is anyone going to try and set up Kirky this afternoon?
I might have to try when I get back, because I don't want to see him do a naked run, to be honest with you. I need him to score. It's not going to be a pretty sight seeing Liam Kirk naked. No, so hopefully Kirky scores.
Dave Chisholm will attempt the conversion attempt. Pretty much same place as previous. Crucial score for the Bulls then as we approach the first quarter. 18 minutes gone at Odsal. Chisholm, radar found, and it is Bradford Bulls 10, Doncaster 4. 18 minutes gone here at Odsal, and as we said, Ethan Ryan benefiting from Chisholm's aerial bombardment. Chisholm won from 2. Bulls Live Proper Sport. John Keys, much better from the Bulls.
Yeah, I thought that was good. I was just saying to Elliot, though, off mic, you know, that the play before when Keys got tackled with the ball, I think the referee got the tackle count wrong to start with. Then all of a sudden it threw Bradford out and we got a slow pass from Vila, but we need to eliminate that stuff. Even though we scored off that set, those things are going to be crucial this afternoon. We've got to get it right.
Chisholm to Bustin. Bustin on his return to action, certainly enjoying life at the Bulls in 2018. Here goes Alafihi to Wood. Wood, uncompromising in running and style, takes a big tackle there from Jason Tarley. Alafihi now speeding up the play, the ball for the Bulls. The Bulls getting over the advantage line. Steve Crossley in at dummy half. He's going to find Chisholm, who juggles with the ball. Chisholm with the dancing feet. Here we go. Finds Laithwaite. Good angled run. And Laithwaite's wrapped up just outside the 20. The Bulls looking very adventurous as Keys, Gibson, kick through for Grant. It's come off a Doncaster arm. That'll be back to 6. And Bradford, a repeat set. 10 metres out. The knocking at the door. Will somebody answer? Laithwaite towards the line. Sucks in 4 defenders. Flick pass to Alafihi. Alafihi to Crossley. The door's opened and Crossley steamrolling in. It's a 3rd try for the Bradford Bulls. The 2nd in quick succession. The Bulls are running riot in the heat now. 14 points to 4. Elliot Midgeller.
Yeah, that was great, wasn't it? Obviously, Keezy ran the power play then, and I don't know what happened, but obviously we got the ball back to 1, and you don't stop Steve Crossley from that close. He's a big man, and he got a one-on-one with his defender, and he just went, see you later, out of my way, and got over for a try. So you don't get many, Steve, so they'll enjoy that one tonight, I'm sure.
Well, Steve Crossley certainly pulling up the roots at Odsal, certainly having a massive influential season. That's try number 4 for the former Clayton amateur, and John, as we've seen in Betfred League 1, sides like Bradford, like York, like Oldham, they can just get a little bit of a roll on, a head of steam, that momentum, and they can be unstoppable.
Yeah, well, as Elliot just said there, you know what, there was a last play here, we've come short side, we've managed to win another set of 6. And what we've done there as well is kept the ball alive, and like Elliot said, no one's going to stop Steve from that far out. He's too strong and powerful. But all of a sudden, and I think we did it a bit last week after a slow start, we've gone up 2 or 3 gears in 5 minutes here. What we need to do now is go up another 2 gears in the next 10.
Dave Chisholm 2 from 3. Bulls Live, proper sport at a sunny Odsal Stadium. 20 minutes gone then, and it is the Bradford Bulls 16, courtesy of a brace of tries to Ethan Ryan, and the 3rd from Steve Crossley. Chisholm 2 from 3, and as we mentioned in the pre-match, Chisholm currently kicking at 91%. And when we spoke to John Keir about the goal kicking, obviously with Joe Keys having the back problem and missing the 4 weeks, Chisholm taking over. He's going to keep it with Dane Chisholm for this moment in time, as of a bit of a risky hospital pass out wide. It's gone forward. 1st and 10 for Ethan Ryan, and that'll result in a scrum head and feed of Doncaster. So a bit of lapse of concentration there, Elliot. The Bulls putting themselves back under pressure on the restart. Yeah,
that's the 2nd time we've kind of let them off the hook. You know, we really should have put our foot on their throats here now, and if we'd have completed that set, good kick away, and you know, like I said, we've let them off the hook, and they've got good field position now. We'll have to defend our line for 6 players, and you know, we'll be disappointed with that, I'm sure.
Well, someone's just commented, I can't scroll up, but the lady in question said that she needs some bulldozing in her back garden, and she's going to call Steve Crossley round. And yeah, we'll certainly have a word with Steve after the game and see if he can oblige. But Jason Tarley reaches out and scores. Great play from Doncaster, and they have silenced this big crowd inside Odsal. We've now had 22 minutes gone. The sun blazing, raining tries, and it's 16 points to 8.
Well, whilst people don't like it, I do not understand why we've tried to throw a 20-metre spin pass 15 metres from our own post. And unfortunately now Bradford have just gone and conceded off the back of that error. And to me, all we need to do there was get to a kick. What we've done is, as I just said on the last set, we've gone up 2 gears and now we've just gone back, we're in neutral. It's just silly stuff, and we just need to focus and keep our focus on what the job is. It's a soft try to concede for me.
Ashley Gibson, Dalton Grant at fault there. There were 2 sparsely placed, perhaps should have been a little bit compacted towards their centre position, but Jason Tarley certainly enjoying that one down this left-hand edge. And once again, it will be the familiar figure of Geordie Hedges, the Australian standoff half for Richard Hornside, who will be looking to add on a crucial extra 2 points. This to potentially narrow the gap to just 6 points here at Odsal. And Betfred League One, once again, delivering a high-octane, spectacular, compelling game of rugby league football. The supporters below trying their best to put him off, and they've succeeded because he's hooked it across the face of the post. Goal kicking could be crucial come the 80th minute, but it remains on Bulls Live and Proper Sport. Bradford Bulls 16, Doncaster 8 here at Odsal Stadium. And Glyn Calvert saying, where was the defence? Brian Jowett saying, poor silly rugby from the Bulls. And Lee Collins hammering home the Bulls just need to concentrate on the basics, Elliot.
Yeah, I'll just echo what John said. We just went away from our structure and we tried to, I think we just got a bit too excited. We need to stick to our game plan, and the points will come and we'll keep them out. But unfortunately, we go away from that too often. So here we go. There's a breaks on here.
Doncaster up and away, up to halfway, still going. This could be the try of the century. No, it's not. It's brought down by Ethan Ryan. What a try-saving tackle. Ethan Ryan, the last man in defence, but Doncaster floating the ball out towards this main stand side, and it's Charlie Martin, the former Castleford and Wakefield man, plays the ball 20 metres out from the Bradford line. 16 points to 8. The Dons trail. Jordan Lane goes past Gibson. Lane still got ball in hand. Offloads the ball. Sensational stuff here from Doncaster. Richard Owen. He's got the ball down a metre shy. Last grass tackling there from the Bulls. Brandon Pickersgill to the rescue. In a dummy half, it goes back there to Miller. Miller on that right-hand edge to Hedges, and Hedges is brought down 2 metres away on tackle number 4. Out of dummy half, Charlie Martin. Has he got the ball down? He's held up the posts. Shaking there because of the impact of Callum Bustin putting his body on the line. And this will be the last tackle for Doncaster. 10 metres out from the Bradford line. Miller floats it out wide. Cameron Scott, the former Bulls Academy product, he's wrapped up by Garside and Johnson, and the danger and panic averted. Oh my word, can Doncaster play?
Yeah, they can. We've been saying it all pre-match and during the game. These are a good team, and we can't take them for granted. They've had some big results, and the league table doesn't lie. They're not going to go away this afternoon, so we need to, like John says, go up a gear or 2, I think. Liam Kirk's come on now, so hopefully can give the boys a lift in the middle.
26 minutes gone here at Odsal Stadium. If you're just joining us, it is 3 tries to 2, and it's a bit of an arm wrestle. Doncaster, though, really taking the game to the Bulls. Grant will play the ball. Halafihi out of dummy half. Brought down 6 metres inside the Doncaster half. That's the last tackle coming up for the Bradford Bulls. Steve Crossley once again in at dummy half. Finds Keys. 45 metres out. perfectly weighted. Ashley Gibson looking to put pressure on Jack Sanderson, but Sanderson takes that from the clear blue sky, and he's immediately wrapped up there by Gibson and Laithwaite. Tarley, Doncaster's second try scorer of the afternoon, brought down just outside his own 20, and as Elliot's just said, Liam Kirk's come on the field, and his first act will be to hold Tarley down in the tackle. So the penalty count 3-2 against the Bulls, and Richard Owen, once upon a time of Castleford and Wakefield, he will advance Doncaster up to the halfway line. It'll be tapped by Tarley. Tarley gives it there to Hedges. Hedges in turn to England. England's wrapped up on his side. 5 metres inside the Bradford half. Out of dummy half from Jez Litton, the Hull FC dual reg player, turned on his back, and he's brought down 30 metres away from the Bradford line. Bit of a hesitant play the ball, but it's allowed to continue, and it'll be Litton to Martin. Martin brought down there by Crossley, Wood and Keys. 2 tackles remaining on this set of 6 here for the Doncaster side as they go down the middle with Lewis Bienek, and he's going to be brought down just outside the 10 on tackle number 4. It's going to go to Miller. Miller sucks in the defence, keeps the ball alive. It's going to go back to Owen. Owen towards the line, twisted and turning. Mikey Wood wraps him up. Last tackle now for the Dons. Out of dummy half. There's a try there, is there? The referee says held up. And Brandon Pickersgill putting his body on the line once again. And great defence for the Bradford Bulls. Elliot Minchella, 11 minutes to go to half time, but oh boy, in this stifling heat and humidity, this defensive effort from the Bulls, it might take a bit out of the tank.
Yeah, first things first, I just want a big raps to Pickers there. He definitely saved 4 points for the boys. Awesome defence. But yeah, like you said, it's very hot down there, and it's going to test our forward pack, our stamina. But big Ross Peltier's come on for his first carry up. Give the boys a lift.
Massive lift there from the Jamaican international. Steve Crossley will take a well-deserved rest in the interchange dugout as Pickersgill loses the ball. Dane Chisholm trying to risk the pass on the inside, and another error creeping up there for the Bradford Bulls, and it will be head and feed to Doncaster. 4th error for the Bulls in this opening half an hour. They lead 16 points to 8, and while there's a bit of a drinks break coming up, Elliot, I've got to ask you, halfway point of the season, what are your thoughts on how everything's going under John Kerr at the Bulls?
Well, me personally, I'm loving it. I'm loving playing at Bradford. It's where I've grown up and where I'm from, and there's a great positivity around the place. Obviously, we're new this year, so I didn't really have any thoughts on last season. Coming fresh start, and no, I'm really enjoying life and really enjoy working with John. He's been great with me, and long may it continue.
And obviously Bradford born, former West Bowling amateur. What's it like playing for your home city along with quite a few of the other Bradford born Bulls? And more importantly, enjoying your rugby league. 22 tries this season in all comps.
Yeah, I'm having a decent year. No, like I said, I've always wanted to play here, and when I signed it was like a dream come true sort of thing. And I was saying to John earlier, I'm playing every week with my mates, and you can't ask for much more than that. We're a great bunch of mates all together, so now I'm absolutely loving it. And like I said, I just hope we continue. But we're only halfway through, and we've got a long half of the season to go, so we'll see what's in store for us.
Doncaster then 2 tackles in from the scrum after the Chisholm pass to Pickersgill was dropped, and as we said, very humid out there. There'll be moisty palms as they're going to go down the middle channel there with Jason Maranka. Maranka's offloaded the ball to Owen. He sort of stood and gave himself up after running behind Jordan Lane, but the referee said, nope, you're okay, play the ball, and that was tackle number 4. Here goes Miller past Peltier. Peltier wraps him up like a packet of sausages, and he's brought down 5 metres just inside the Bradford 40. Last tackle, the kick's going to come in from Jordan Hedges, from Hedges, and Jordan Hedges there just drilling one behind Ethan Ryan, and it'll be scrum head and feet to the Bradford Bulls. So Bulls live, proper sport, 10 minutes exactly on the clock to go to half time. Rosemary Johnson is saying that Rosemary and Peter watching from Menorca. Brian Jowett saying we need a quality performance soon. Hopefully that will start in the second half. Mick Spencer loving the game and burning in the sun. and Amelia Gatwood saying, come on, you Bulls, keep focused. And Brodie O'Connor wants to know what the latest score is at Bootham Crescent, or should I say Lorcombe Lane for those of a certain vintage.
Hold on, sir. It's currently 24-10 to York after 50 minutes.
24-10 to York at Cougar Park, Lorcombe Lane. Don't forget, at half-time, Tom Maguire pitch side, and he'll certainly give us a wrap of all the latest scores and goings-on in Super League and the Championship. Well, Doncaster, as we said, previous meetings with the Bulls, their last 2 visits here have been quite unkind for them, but losing both by 72 points to 6. One was a cup game back in 2012, and the last league meeting here was back in 2015, and it was Bradford 72, Doncaster 6 for a second time. And the only player playing for Bradford that afternoon who still currently plays for the club was Steve Crossley, and he scored a second half try. And at least Doncaster on this afternoon are not going to be getting defeated by 72 points to 6. A much improved performance, and at 16 points to 8 down, they know they can ride this Bulls defensive set out and look to put pressure on. Then the game's certainly not over by any imagination. Hallis is on the field for Halafihi, and he will give the ball there to Mikey Wood. Last tackle, 35 metres out from the Doncaster line. Chisholm will put a sky burner up for Owen. Owen takes that there, can't get past Kirk and Peltier, and he's going to be brought down 10 metres out from his own try line. And James Baldwin is saying that the Bulls need to do a little bit better. Carl Baker joining us, so to Dennis Foley, and Dave Mason says, come on, you Bulls. We need at least another try before half-time, as Jason Tarley looks to break clear on this main stand side. Tarley brought down 20 metres shy of the halfway line. Out of dummy half it'll go, as it goes to Hedges, to Miller. Miller on that right-hand edge. Cam Scott in front of the main stand calling for the ball, but instead they go down the middle with England. England's wrapped up on the last tackle on his own 40-metre mark. The kick's going to come from Miller. Miller straight down towards Pickersgill, and that's going to take a bit of a wicked bounce, and a kind bounce for Doncaster, because it'll turn the Bulls around and it'll be scrum head and feed to the Bulls 15 metres out with 7 minutes to go to half-time, and a bit of an arm wrestle developing here, Elliot.
Yeah, it is. It's what we expected, and I just think we need to go up a couple of gears. Doncaster there, they only managed to get 40 metres out of their own yardage, but that's what they're trying to do, drill the ball in a touch, walk to the scrum, and you know, they'll be having a few tired blokes in their pack, and you know, a smart play by their halfback there, Jack Miller, drill the ball in a touch, and like I say, they regroup now. But no, I just want to see a bit more from us. We just keep letting them off the hook a bit, and we need to be more ruthless if we want to come out on top here today, I think.
Well, as we said in the pre-match, Bradford arrive here at Odsal Stadium, having won their last 8 League One games after beating Coventry, Doncaster, West Wales, London, Newcastle, Hemel, North Wales and Whitehaven. And in that impressive run of 8 consecutive league games won, they've amassed 497 points. It's an average of 62 points per game, but we must factor in that the West Wales and Hemel scores do distort that picture somewhat. Here goes Chisholm, finds the pass on the inside to Kirk. Kirk down the middle, wrapped up. Hallis at dummy half to Keys. Keys to Laithwaite. Laithwaite's going to be brought down 20 metres out from the Doncaster line. Last tackle. What will the Bulls do here? Will it be deja vu? Another crossfield kick for Ethan Ryan, but Chisholm's put far too much on it on that occasion. A great tech by Richard Owen, and the ball will be tapped on the 20, and back will come Doncaster. So, as we said, Doncaster certainly a little bit disappointed with their form in the first half of the season. When I was speaking to Doncaster head coach Richard Horn, pitch side before the game, he certainly wants his side to kick on and build some momentum over the second half of the season. And as we said, Doncaster arrive here at Odsal this afternoon, 7th in the table with 16 points from 8 wins. They'll be looking for a massive scalp here at Odsal in the sunshine. A 9th win of the season really would reignite their season and the quest to get inside the top 5. What a competitive league League One is turning out to be. 4th tackle gone here. Hedges, ball in hand. keeps it alive, flicks it on this main stand side to Jordan Lane. Lane's wrapped up by Keys, Gibson and Hallis. This will be the last tackle for the Dons, and it'll be a clever kick out of dummy half, although that one's gone the wrong way. That took a tumble and literally rolled along the contours of the old Speedway track, and it's a 7 tackle set for the Bradford Bulls. 4.5 minutes to go to half time, John. It's gone a little bit flat.
It has. I'd just like to see Bradford make more use of the end of the sets in good ball. The last 3 we've had, we've just given away 7 tackle sets. We just need to be a bit more, as Elliot said, ruthless. And also, we haven't run at them yet. We haven't taken Doncaster on at the moment. I don't understand that with the attacking players that we've got. But if we're going to kick, we've got to make sure we get something out of it.
Ethan Ryan keeping the ball alive to Liam Johnson on the far stand side. And it'll be Hallis out of dummy half, carrying Bradford 35 metres out from the Doncaster line. Chisholm to Garside to Johnson. Lee Smith, of course, left the field in the opening 10 minutes, so the Bulls have had to reshuffle the numbers as Chisholm will find Peltier. Peltier brought down there by Spears. So Bradford 15 metres out from the Doncaster line in front of the South Bank stand as it goes to Keys. Keys through a half hole there. Half break, and that's tackle number 4. Hallis to Chisholm. Chisholm looking for Ethan Ryan. Ethan Ryan, was he taken out off the ball? He appeals the decision, but it will be a 4th penalty to Doncaster because Ethan Ryan was inside the 10. So Doncaster leading the penalty count 4-2, a bit of a low penalty count this afternoon. And Bulls Live Proper Sport, 2.5 minutes to go to half time. The Bulls, Elliot, they're trying, but credit to this Doncaster defence.
Yeah, I just think I'll echo what John said. We're not playing to our full potential here. It's quite frustrating to watch. A shapes that running out as good as what we've seen previous, and the boys won't be happy with this performance, and I'm sure neither will John Keir. Obviously, happy that we're up on the scoreboard, but we're nowhere near as playing as well as we can do. And you know, like I keep saying, we need to go up a couple of gears here, a couple of notches, and really take it to this Doncaster team. I think they're there for the taking. They just keep kicking the ball into touch. They don't want to get in an arm wrestle with us, if you like, and that's what we need to do.
Doncaster with Spears to Miller. Matt Garside, literally bell ringer, racing out of that defensive line, and that'll be the last tackle for Doncaster.
On the floor.
Over on that right-hand edge, Miller once again over the head of Pickersgill into touch, and it's that game management that is really keeping the Bulls at bay. One feels 90 seconds to go to half-time. Bradford Bulls 16, Doncaster 8. It was all going so well, so great after 20 minutes when the Bulls led 16 points to 4, courtesy of a brace of tries from Ethan Ryan and Steve Crossley bulldozing his way over from dummy half. But since then, Doncaster showing a lot of resistance, a lot of resilience, and Joanne Bentley watching from an airport out of the country, and Barbara Bratton also joining us, along with Brian Jowett, who says that the Doncaster players playing really well, and seeing that he made no attempt for the ball on the tackle. John Keys.
Yeah, just a quick one there. It's interesting, and Elliot said it. Every time Doncaster have nothing to do, and I'm talking anywhere within 20 metres of the halfway line, they're just drilling the ball into touch and turning Bradford round. And I know I've just said it before, but we're kicking. Again there, for me, we've just kicked on the last play. All right, Ethan was offside. But why are we not running at them? We've got 2 of the best attacking halves in this division. I'd be running at these people with a bit of push on the side of you and putting them through some holes. At the moment, it seems a bit too easy to do the kicks to the corner. I know we've scored off it, but not on every play. We've got to do what we're good at.
Just waiting for the referee to give the all clear, because the Doncaster player down in back play, not quite make out who it is. I think it's Jez Litton, but referee Tom Crashley has stopped the clock, and we do have 90 seconds remaining here at Odsal. And what do you reckon John Keir's going to say at half-time to the boys, Elliot?
I'm not sure I can say that live on live stream here, but no, I'm sure. Like I said, we're up on the scoreboard, but that doesn't really reflect how we've played. I'm sure John won't be happy with our completion rate. This kicking game, like we've said, we're giving away three 7 tackle sets. That kick then went into touch, obviously Ethan offside. We just need to be smarten up and tweak some things, and like John says, really just have a go at them. Take the line on. We've got 2 great halfbacks, a great fullback, great attacking shape, but we just need to see a bit more of it from the boys. I'm sure we will do, but no, I think John will get the boys revved up at half time.
Well, Bradley England's going to come on for Doncaster, and he'll move to this left edge position. It's a scrum, of course, to the Bradford Bulls, and after a bit of a delay, making sure the Doncaster player was off the field, here come the Bulls, and it's going to be Gibson to Laithwaite. Laithwaite takes the ball on his 10, up to the 20. 15 metres made down the middle there from Laithwaite. We've got 70 seconds remaining at the end of the first half. Can the Bulls strike before the hooter sounds as Dalton Grant's wrapped up there? 30 out from his own line. Hallis out of dummy half to Peltier. Peltier's going to be brought down 10 metres shy of halfway. 4 Doncaster defenders there in that third tackle of this set. Hallis to Chisholm. Chisholm to Garside. Garside finds the support of Chisholm, of Pickersgill, sorry. And Brandon Pickersgill, he's going to bring the house down to the left-hand side of the post. Spectacular rugby league football. 30 seconds before half-time. And that is what the Bulls can do. And that is just exactly what you, Elliot, and you, John, have just said. Run with the ball. And run the ball they did.
That's it. We saw Dane Chisholm take the line on, hit Matt Garside, and Gars got his arm free inside to Pickers, and what a great step on their fullback and supporting like he does every week. And what a great try from Pickers. Really happy for him, and hopefully now we'll go into the sheds at half-time with a bit more confidence, and long may it continue.
Well, there's Hooter for half-time. I just want to say that I love Brendan Pickersgill because he'll like that when he hears it. But you know what? It's the first time in 40 minutes, apart from when Keys tried to get through early through half a gap, it's the first time we've run at them and offloaded the ball. And look what we've just done from off the back of it. I'm sure that's what John's going to say, but also they're playing real percentage rugby, Doncaster. They're not coming to us and we're thinking, look at that bloke, looking for field position and hunting a mistake, whereas we have the ability that we don't need to do that. We should be taking more people on and racking some points up in the second half.
Well, that has certainly got the Facebook live stream, Bulls Live Proper Sport. A lot of people enjoying that one. So, Dane Chisholm, can he add on an extra 2 points? Just to the left-hand side of the post. He can. And at half-time here at Odsal Stadium, Betfred League 1 round 14, it is the Bradford Bulls leading 22 points to 8. And I think, Elliot, if we're being totally honest and not being biased whatsoever, final 5 minutes at Cougar Park, and it's still Keighley 14, York 32. So the Bulls really do have to get the 2 points this afternoon. One feels an interesting scoreline, nonetheless. Was coming through earlier on with Hunslet 16-12 up against Scott Naylor's Oldham, and as you said, you go past the Bulls, down to York, and then to Oldham, Hunslet, Doncaster, Whitehaven, Newcastle, even Workington, everyone capable of beating one another. One feels. So Doncaster, first use of the ball at the start of this second half, on the last tackle, Lytton out of dummy half to Hedges. Hedges is going to put Pickersgill under pressure, and it was Pickersgill's try. 30 seconds prior to half-time. That has given the Bulls an extra 6 points, and certainly delivering a bit of a knockout blow on the visitors this afternoon. Ethan Ryan on tackle number 2. 2 tries in the first half. Hallis to Chisholm. Chisholm to Grant. Grant tries to go round the defence, fronts up, brought down 15 metres out from the halfway line. Hallis to Mikey Wood. Mikey Wood, who's back towards the Doncaster defenders, wrapped up, and that'll be tackle number 4, 5 metres shy. Keys looks like he's going to kick early in the count. Over the head there of Richard Owen. That one's just going to hold up perfectly into the in-goal area. Great kick there from Joe Keys, and it's going to be Joe Keys and Sam Hallis and James Laithwaite leading that kick chase defence. So Doncaster back in possession. Just going to come back down the middle channel. Tackling Kirk and Peltier. Once again, Lytton, out of dummy half, one of 4 dual reg players playing for Doncaster this afternoon on loan, dual reg from Hull FC, the parent club. Gibson in defence on that right-hand edge with Mikey Wood, 10 shy of the halfway line. Lytton out of dummy half, he's injected pace, and that's a 5th penalty of the game. That's gone the way of the visitors, Doncaster. Bradford just a little bit lazy there in retreating back, and it's these penalties and errors that could be costly. One feels, Elliot Minchella.
Yeah, that's same old story, isn't it, from the first half. It was a great kick there by Joe Keys. Couldn't put it any better. You know, one metre off the dead ball line, and we should have just got to the end of our defensive set there. And I think, you know, they were really struggling. It's only early in the second half as well, but their body language didn't look good. And like I said again, we've let them off the hook. And let's see what they've got to throw at us now.
Doncaster with ball in hand to Cameron Scott. Cameron Scott's gone without the ball. It's come off a Bradford hand. The kick will come. Pickersgill floats it dead. The referee is going to say goal line dropout. He's going to say the ball was reefed out of Cameron Scott's arms. He looked towards the touch judge, Steve Race, on this main stand side, and Steve Race said a Bradford player had stolen the ball one-on-one. It was in effect live ball, and Chisholm just questioning the decision with the referee. And as we know, Elliot, the referee's not going to change his mind, and the Bulls have got another set of 6 to defend.
Yeah, obviously, like you say, the refs don't change their mind. There's no point in arguing with them. You just got to get on with what they say. But yeah, hopefully we can just keep them out here. Like we've been saying, our defence has been good all year, and we need to be here because, like I said, these aren't going to go away, and they're a good team. So hopefully the boys can keep them out. But here we go.
Doncaster on the restart, over on that left-hand edge. Jason Tarley wrapped up. He's got a try in the first half for the Dons. Brought down just outside the 20 as they move it down the middle edge with Connor Scott. Connor Scott's brought down there by Peltier and Kirk. Second tackle gone on this attacking raid. They're in good field position as Tarley sucks in the Bulls' defence, offloads the ball back to Lytton, and here goes Jez Lytton, but Peltier comes in at the side, wrestles him back, and Lytton is heading back towards his own 20-metre line, and he's brought down 18 away from the Bulls' line. They're going to front up with Spears. Spears taking on Wood and Hallis, and Spears is wrapped up on his side. 4th tackle gone here for Doncaster as Lytton floats it out there to Hedges. Hedges misses out Owen. Dalton Grant, if he regathers and puts the fend in, could go the distance, but that's a great ball and all tackle from Jack Sanderson, and Sanderson will wrap up Dalton Grant 5 metres in from the far stand side. Referee Tom Croshley saying Dalton Grant has to get to his feet and play the ball. That's certainly getting the crowd on the back of the Castleford official. Gibson on tackle number 2. Hallis to Keys. Keys giving the ball somewhere to Peltier, who will go down the middle, sucking in 4 Doncaster defenders. Peltier with that forward traction up to halfway for the Bradford Bulls. Hallis to Chisholm. Chisholm to Garside. Short, crisp pass. Garside's going to be brought down 15 metres inside the Doncaster half. Garside to Hallis. Hallis on the inside to Kirk, and this will be the 5th and last tackle for the Bradford Bulls. 25 away. Hallis to Chisholm. Chisholm kick towards Ethan Ryan on this main stand side, but it's perfectly taken there by Richard Owen, and Richard Owen will alleviate the pressure. And once again, Bulls deciding to go for the kick rather than the footwork.
Yeah, it's not too bad of a turnover, 10 metres away from their line, so hopefully we can, like we say, keep saying, get in this arm wrestle and let them come out of their end. It's not an easy thing to do, coming out of your own end, and it's not where Doncaster want to be, so hopefully we keep turning the screw, but maybe we want to chance his arm a little bit more and try and get some attacking play on these last plays, because they're just sitting back for the kick and they know what's coming, Doncaster, so I'd like to see maybe a 2-pass shift, get Keezy out a bit wide, early ball to a centre, so just mix it up a little bit. Great defence there.
Jez Lytton. Jez Lytton out of dummy half there. Couldn't quite put the kick in. A rare error from Richard Horn's side, only the 3rd error of the afternoon. And that will be scrum, head and feed to the Bradford Bulls, or the referee's going to say last tackle. It was the power play.
Just on that last play there, that's a prime example of what Bradford have done. Saying to Elliot, they've come short side when Donny got 5 defenders, then we kick back into where the numbers are. For me, that's the time we want to ship the ball and run at them a bit more.
Hallis to Peltier. Vila Halafi'i is going to come on for Mikey Wood. The 15th to change of the game for John Keir. Hallis to Chisholm, Chisholm to Kirk. And the homegrown academy player, Liam Kirk, wrapped up just outside the 20. Here goes Matt Garside on an attacking run. Garside's caught high, 10 metres out from the Doncaster line. The referee will take no action other than a penalty to the Bulls. Bradford's 3rd penalty of the match. And with 48 minutes played here at Odsal, Bradford are going to have a full set of 6. 10 metres out in front of the rural end terracing, looking to put more pressure on this Doncaster side. And just going back to this Doncaster form arriving here at Odsal, since that last game against Bradford on the 29th of April, they've had big wins against London Scholars by 42 points to 18, and they beat the West Wales Raiders away from home 70 points to 18. They also had a big titanic tussle at the Keepmoat with Keighley Cougars, running out 29-20, but it's the performances what Richard Horn was alluding to, in that they have to just work that little bit extra harder in those defeats that saw them go down 35-16 against Oldham, 35-16 against Hunslet, and also 34-6 against Workington Town last time out. So a much improved performance, one feels. Halafi'i's going to tap it, gives it to Liam Kirk. Kirk's brought down a metre shy of the Doncaster line. 5 metres to the left-hand side. The drum and the trumpet playing below our commentary position. The supporters sense something about to happen. Hallis to Chisholm, to Keys, to Pickersgill. Pickersgill, slight of foot wrapped up. 8 metres out, 3 tackles gone. Halafi'i moves in at dummy half to Peltier. Ross Peltier surging on the crest of a wave, brought down 2 metres out, stood up tall. Halafi'i out of dummy half, floats it there to Keys, fires it to Chisholm. Chisholm kick through. Cameron Scott forces it dead. Good repeat set of 6 force there from the Bradford Bulls. Second goal line dropout, they've forced all game. We've now had 10 minutes gone of this second half, and it is Bulls 22, Doncaster 8.
Yeah, that's a lot better there from the boys. Built some pressure, decent shape on their line, and then obviously a great kick there in behind, and good chase by Matt Garside. Put the pressure on the Doncaster player, and had to knock it out, and we get another 6 players now. And this is what it's about: turning the screw, getting in the arm wrestle, and this is what we need to be doing. So this is good signs from the Bulls.
The restart from Hedges, up and over halfway. Pickersgill. That try just before half-time, his 6th of the season. The catalyst for the Bulls moving free. Clear scores ahead of Doncaster, but Doncaster, oh boy, they've come here with real purpose and intent, making life difficult for the Bulls. Here goes Chisholm though, fires it with the boomerang towards Ethan Ryan, and Ethan Ryan is going to be brought down 15 metres out from the Doncaster line. Halafi'i to Chisholm, Chisholm to Kirk. They're getting a bit of momentum. The surge is coming. 2 tackles remaining here for the Bradford Bulls. 5 metres out. It's going to go to Chisholm. Chisholm! Did Chisholm! Puts the ball down! Glides through the Doncaster defence. It is the first try of the second half. The 5th of the game. Chizzy, as he's known, has 11 tries to his tally now in 2018.
Yeah, it was a great bit of footwork and great, but the 2 plays before that, again, we've done it. We've made a 20-metre pass and gone nowhere. What's he just done? He's just run at the line and it opened up in front of him. And for the first time in the game, in the last 2 sets, we've had 6 and 7 playing together, which makes a huge difference. Instead of splitting when it's on short side, we've doubled up. Dane's gone into the middle with Joe outside him, and then the opposition don't know what you're doing because you've got 2 halves that can run at you with the ball.
Did Chisholm, fleet of foot, excellent footwork, 26 points to 8. The kick's going to come from in front, 51 minutes gone, and a chance for Dade Chisholm to take the Bulls out to a 20-point lead. And it's got to be said, the Bulls not been at the best by any imagination. Pretty much mirroring the grade that John Keir gave the side, a 7 to 7.5 out of 10. Lady scores elsewhere. Hunslet 16, Oldham 12. That'll be a big result for Gary Thornton's side at the South Leeds Stadium, and it is all over. Keighley Cougars 14, York 40. Chisholm from in front. Here at Odsal, the Bulls move out to 20 points clear. Bulls Live Proper Sport, 28 points to 8. A lot better from the Bulls there, Elliot.
Yeah, it's a great start to the half. You know, we bought some great field positions. First of all, Joe Keys is kicking to the in goal, and then Chisholm got another repeat set. And you know, that's what happens when you build pressure. Sides start to crumble. And great try by Chiz, doing what he does best, and that's taking the line on, running and being a running threat. And like I say, great try. So here we go again.
Shallow restart taken there by Dalton Grant on the far stand side. Halafi once again in that dummy half roll. And Keys and Chisholm, they'll be looking for a synchronised performance in the final 27 minutes here at Odsal Stadium. Ross Peltier running his blood to thunder as it goes from Halafi to Chisholm. Chisholm sucks in Martin. Ball back to Pickersgill. Pickersgill to Kirk. Kirk, 10 metres made there on that carry. Quick play the ball. Bradford, you feel, sucking that ascendancy away from Doncaster. 20 metres out on the last tackle. Keys will try a reverse kick. Infield for Chisholm. Richard Owen there. A lot of experience to avert the danger, but that was much better there from the Bulls. Scrum half and standoff, communicating. Doncaster just inside their own 20, coming on this right-hand edge. Jordan Lane wrapped up there, and as we said, Doncaster don't find wins at Odsal easy. Chisholm and Johnson in defence there. Here goes Litton out of dummy half. Ethan Ryan goes for the legs. Doesn't give away the penalty. Johnson can't get there in dummy half. It's the last tackle for Doncaster. They managed to keep the ball out, and Litton, under pressure from Johnson, is going to send one downtown towards Brandon Pickersgill. Pickersgill takes it on the 10, looks and meets the red-shirted Doncaster defence on his own 20, and that is Bradford Bulls back in possession as Steve Crossley comes on the field for Ross Peltier. John Keir's 6th interchange of the afternoon. As we said, it's a hot, humid afternoon here at Odsal. Liam Kirk has to recover the ball, 12 metres shy of halfway. Here goes Steve Crossley, his first carry since being reintroduced to the action. Martin, Litton and Boyle, the three Doncaster defenders there. And Ryan Boyle, the former Castleford man, a lot of experience in this Doncaster side. He's their go-to forward man, the man with the impact. Just as the number 10 for the Bulls reads the name Steve Crossley, and Crossley's wrapped up 5 metres inside the Doncaster half on the last tackle. Halafi to Keys. Keys looking to put Sanderson under pressure on that right-hand edge, and he's wrapped up there by Ashley Gibson and James Laithwaite. And Doncaster will move the ball from deep, and Jason Tarley there wrapped up by Dalton Grant. The Bulls defensive line certainly all working, all communicating, and they're all rushing up forward together. Score remains Bulls 28, Doncaster 8 here at Odsal. A 20-point cushion with 25 minutes remaining. Doncaster still plenty of fight in them. They're up to halfway with Tarley. Out of dummy half from Keswick, who's just come on the field, and he'll look to shore up that dummy half roll and give Doncaster a bit of impact. Last tackle, says the referee, Tom Crashley. They're on the halfway line. The kick's going to come in from Miller. Miller, bit of a spiralling bomb. Pickersgill lets it bounce. Is the bounce kind? Pickersgill, he's kept on to the ball there. Great play from Pickersgill. Risky stuff, but the risk pays off. And now Pickersgill has come up with a rare error, 5 metres out from his line, Minnie, and the Bulls under pressure, 28 points to 8 the lead.
Yeah, I think just say as well, great kick pressure by Liam Kirk, and I think that made the kick a bit awkward. It was a bit put into no man's land really for Pickers, and they obviously let the ball bounce and unfortunately knocked on. But no, great kick pressure by Kirk, doing the hard yards there. But like I said, like I keep saying, hopefully our defence will keep them out. They'll be confident, the boys here, keeping them out, and I'm sure they will.
Bulls Live, proper sport. As we said, it was Ethan Ryan, 2 tries in the opening 18 minutes. And his impressive try-scoring streak will start again. And that's Ethan Ryan, who's just got his arm to the loose ball there. Nothing wrong with that. Correct decision from the officials. Dane Chisholm's heading away underneath the posts there. The try's not going to count. That clearly come off Ethan Ryan's right arm. And Steve Crossley, he's discalming Ethan Ryan down, and Steve Crossley knows the score there, and I don't think you can argue with that, can you, Minnie? That certainly touched Ethan Ryan's arm for mine.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. No, it definitely did. Good read by Ethan. He stopped to try. If that ball had come to the wing, to Doncaster winger there, he's got a walk in. So it's actually a good defensive play. I know he's probably, he's knocked on, but he's stopped a certain try. So Ethan will be happy with that. And
as we mentioned, the impressive streak stopped last week after scoring in the previous 6 games, and we mentioned those Bulls' top try scorers, Minchella with 22, Ethan Ryan's now up to 17, Dalton Grant's got 15. Certainly a lot of potent attacking force in this Bradford Bulls offensive line, and as we said, the Bulls, no victory this evening at Odsal in the late Sunday evening sun will certainly see them move 2 points clear ahead of York again, and they will turn 24 points into 26. And they'll head to Butts Park Arena in Coventry on Saturday afternoon with a 9-game winning streak, one of the longest in rugby league behind the Toronto Wolfpack. Here at Odsal, though, they've got a bit of defending to do after that touch from Ethan Ryan. Keswick to Hedges, the Australian, wrapped up by Kirk, 2 metres away from the line. Keswick goes left to Miller. Miller's wrapped up there. Steve Crossley leads the defensive line, and he's just there underneath the post, Steve Crossley. Drawing in Matt Garside to the right, expecting the surge under the post from Boyle. A great defensive read there from Steve Crossley. You could see Crossley was expecting that, but Keswick, a kick through over the dead ball line. She will go, and a chance here for the Bradford Bulls to tap the ball on the 20. Keys has not tapped the ball in the correct position, and he will float the ball. He'll pass the ball to Vila Alafihi, a little bit disgusted with himself, and the Bulls now, rather than attacking a scrambling Doncaster defence, they'll attack Doncaster from a standing start. Alafihi to Kirk, second tackle gone. Approaching the hour mark here at Odsal, 5 tries to 2, 28 points to 8. Crossley on the right-hand edge, brought down 5 shy of halfway. Alafihi moves in there at dummy half, he'll go himself, draws in the marker defence, passes to Laithwaite. Laithwaite, 10, met that 15 metres forward. Bradford, 40 metres out from the Doncaster line. They're going to go back down the middle. Hallis, the bumper car, he's brought down on the 4th tackle. Can the Bulls get a 6th try that will potentially put this game to bed? Chisholm to Garside, to Pickersgill. Pickersgill live wire, keeping it going. Finds Chisholm in centre field. Chisholm fancies some mercurial magic. The bounce of the ball, not kind. It was one-man show from Chisholm, and it was a tackle number 4. And the score remains 28 points to 8, Minnie.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say with that finish. It wasn't the most controlled, and certainly not in our game plan, in our structure. So, we just don't need to go away from what we know and what we get told to do, and that's what we did there. But I suppose it's a little bit something special, and it just didn't come off, did it, for Chizzy? But it's not a bad turnover.
I think it's one of them where Chizzy does it and it comes off. He's underneath the sticks. It's on the highlights reel, and everybody's talking about it for weeks to come as Doncaster try and look for a 40-20 from Ryan Miller. but Pickersgill on hand to avert the danger. But certainly Chisholm, he does have that mercurial ambience to him, and certainly does bring the flair and spark to this Bradford side. Garside from dummy half. He's brought down on his own 25-metre line. 5 in from this main stand side. The Bulls move the ball lateral, centre field to Grant, and the Welsh international with 15 tries to his name in 2018 is going to be brought down 10 shy of halfway. Callum Bustin back on the field. The 7th interchange of the afternoon for John Keir's side, and that looks concerning for Callum Bustin. He's just come back from a shoulder injury, and we're going to pray and hope that the big boy, the big man, he's okay. And I think it's more of a head knock there, Minnie, than a shoulder.
Yeah, it didn't look good there from Callum. It was a big shot by their defender, and he went full on straight at the defender, did Callum, and no, he's not come off. He's certainly not come off best there. He's come off second best, and I hope he's all right, because like you say, it's his comeback game, and he's an important member of our team, and he looks like he's okay. He's on his feet now, so yeah, I hope Callum's all right.
Well, full time, Keighley Cougars 14, York City Knights 46. Hunslet held off a late surge from Oldham to defeat Scott Naylor's side 16 points to 12. Workington Town defeated Hemel 60 points to 12, and it was Newcastle Thunder 46. Coventry Bears, who the Bulls will face next week, 12 elsewhere. Halifax leading Batley 38 points to 12 as Cameron Scott goes through a hole past Brandon Pickersgill. The former Bradford Bulls Academy graduate will score an eye-catching, eye-raising try here at Odsal, and that's got some of the Bulls faithful below at commentary position applauding. Where has that come from? Game back on at Odsal.
Yeah, it's not great from our point of view, that, but like a great individual try for their player there. But no, that's it's not good. It's not good enough defensively. He's just bust through there. He shouldn't be doing that. And hopefully the boys are pretty honest behind the sticks here, and we need a reaction here now.
Almost like certain players, John, just went asleep there in the defensive line.
Yeah, Bradford just switched off a bit there, and for me, this is the consistency thing that John's talking about. It's great doing it up there when we're in good ball, but the whole season has been built upon the fact that we stopped the opposition scoring. And to be honest, that fella walked through there, and to me, that's not good enough. We're not sticking to what we're doing every week or what we're being told to do. That's when those silly things happen. And in a big game here against York, those things are going to cost you dearly.
Hedges will attempt his first conversion attempt of the afternoon. He missed with his earlier two. That one just creeps in. 1 from 3 attempts, so he is finally successful. And on Bulls Live and Proper Sport, in the 59th minute here at Odsal Stadium, it is Bradford Bulls 28, Doncaster 14. Strap yourselves in, 20 minutes remaining, Elliot. This one could go the way. The Bulls will just hopefully have enough points on the board.
Yeah, hopefully, that proving that the try before half time from Pickers is proving crucial, in it. And no, I'm still confident we can get the win here. The boys are in a good spot, and hopefully we have a reaction. Like I keep saying, we need a reaction. We need to go up a couple of gears, but certainly worrying. These, like I keep saying, Doncaster not going to go away.
Doncaster, 20 minutes to go. Will it be a famous victory here at Odsal Stadium? Doncaster's last win here was way back on Monday the 8th of September 1952. 66 years ago. It was Bradford Northern 9, Doncaster 11, and just for those of a real age, a pint of beer was 6p or 1 and 3. Forward pass from Doncaster, picked up by the officials. Richard Owen and Ryan Miller were looking to send Sam Doherty away, past Garside and Ryan on this main stand side, but it has been picked up as a forward pass, and I think that's a story in itself, Elliot. 66 years ago, I don't think anyone here in the Proper Sport production side were born.
No, I certainly wasn't born, no, but they've just let us off the hook there. Like we keep saying, what we're doing to them, they could have really built some pressure on us there, and they'd have got to their end of their set. You know, they'd have been in a good spot, but they've just let us off the hook, and obviously great for us. And hopefully we can get to the end of our set now and build some pressure and get back into the game.
A chance for the Bradford Bulls then to recompose themselves, regain their focus. Halafihi to Crossley, and Steve Crossley. His third spell at the Bulls, unbelievable I know, but he's certainly enjoying life under John Keir. To Chisholm, to Pickersgill, to Johnson. Johnson's wrapped up by Doherty and Scott, and that was tackle number 2 for the Bulls, just inside the 20. Garside to Pickersgill, Pickersgill to Busting down the middle, 12 metres shy of the Doncaster line, centre of the field. Crossley on the right edge, sucks in the defence, finds Keys to Laithwaite, James Laithwaite, his third try in the red, amber and black, and the 6th try of the afternoon for the Bradford Bulls. A crucial score. Doncaster had just narrowed the gap, and the Bulls have just pulled away. 32 points to 14. Good, quick, fluid hands from the Bulls, Minnie.
Yeah, great try there. Steve Crossley with a bit of a turn-up play to Keys in a little double pump, and James Laithwaite on his shoulder is going to take some stopping. But me and John were just saying, a lot of our attacks have been down our left-hand side, and it's nice to see us going to the right. And obviously we've gone to the right and we've come out with a try, so hopefully the boys can be a bit more balanced with where we attack.
And that was certainly much better from the Bradford Bulls, John. Like you say, when that focus is regained, very few sides can live with the Bulls when they're playing like this.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm all for short side plays, but not when the opposition have got more numbers than you, because we're not looking, we're just doing it all the time. And there, as Elliot said, we've had a little turn-up play there with Crossley. We got the ball, double pump, and James has gone through a hole as big as you like. But we don't do that enough. If we were doing that do that for the next 15 minutes, we'll score 4 or 5 more tries against. To me now, that's the try that should turn the game. What we need to do now is on the next set, no silly errors, don't do anything stupid, get to the kick, and then put them back under pressure and start again. You know, I said to Elliot, even from the kick-off, we've put a high kick-up off and we're winning the game. The kick-off should land by their sticks for me. You don't give away possession against these boys. They've just shown the ability they have to go and score.
Dane Chisholm, no mistake, with the extra 2. The Bulls restore their 20-point lead. 63 minutes gone on the clock at Odsal Stadium. Bulls live, proper sport. Oh boy, Laithwaite will enjoy that one. So too Chisholm, who goes out to 5 from 6 attempts, and it is 34 points to 14. And the short restart is brought down on the far stand side by Laithwaite, the try scorer, and it'll be Dalton out of dummy half. It'll go to Hallis. Hallis is brought down there by Boyle and company. 8 metres shy of the halfway line. Joe Keys to Steve Crossley. Bit of one-man rugby from the Bulls, just doing the groundwork, building the frame. Halafihi, Chisholm, Johnson keeps onto the ball, looks for support, finds it from Pickersgill. That is rugby league poetry. The hands are like the fountain pen tip. It is another try, back-to-back for the Bulls. 38 points to 14, and I tell you something, I can watch rugby league like that all day long. Beautiful Bulls.
Yeah, great centre play by Liam Johnson. Obviously, he's filling in there for Lee Smith, who's gone off, and he's made a break. John the fullback, and that man again, Brendan Pickersgill in support, getting his second of the game. And for me, he's been the Bulls' best player today. He's been safe under the eye ball, good in defence, and he's got himself 2 tries. So good work, Brendan.
Well, Dave Mason just said, great try. Barbara Batten says, that's more like it. Brilliant. And Gary Boucher, well juggled. Jono, I think you'll have to call him that in training now. Jono the juggler.
Jono the juggler, yeah, I like that one. No, like I said, it was a great centre play by Jono. He's filling in for Lee Smith. Unfortunately, he's gone off injured, and he bust through that line, kept all the ball juggling, and drew the fullback. And no, like I said, great try, and hopefully that'll just pull us away from Doncaster now. But we need to put the foot on the throat. We can't let them back in giving any sniff. We just need to, like John will say, I'm sure, catch this kick-off, complete our set, and get back in the grind again.
15 minutes remain at Odsal Stadium. Bulls Live Proper Sport. Brandon Pickersgill with the pick of the tries this afternoon, and it is now 40 points to 14 to John Keir's side. Doncaster punished for the short restart, and as we said, Chisholm, that beautiful cut-out pass, missing Garside, finding Johnson, and it was Johnson on the inside to Pickersgill, and Doncaster, via the boot of Miller, they've gone for a short one again. That was dealt with by Laithwaite, and as we said, the Bradford Bulls, 7 tries now to their bow this afternoon, and Pickersgill, when we opened the man of the match votes, he certainly could put a bit of pressure on the judges. So Bulls Live Proper Sport, Dave Mason saying, can the Bulls put a big score in the closing embers, just like York did at Keighley? Callum Bustin's brought down on the 4th, 5 metres inside the Doncaster half. Halafihi out of dummy half, finds Chisholm. Chisholm to Garside, he's missed Garside out. Chisholm delayed the pass there, bamboozled the Doncaster defence, outfoxed me, and it is the last tackle. Keys on the right-hand edge, and also Russell, the cameraman, he thought Garside had the ball. I'd like to see that again on the slow-mo. Keys' kick dealt with by Sanderson on that left edge. Tackle 1, Tarley, tackle 2. Tenacious defending once again from the Bradford Bulls. Hungry like the wolf, just bringing down these Doncaster forwards as Boyle's wrapped up there by Bustin and Laithwaite. 15 minutes to go. We're going to open the man of the match vote. Let us know in the comments who deserves the Bulls Live Proper Sport man of the match. And it doesn't always have to be a Bradford player, let me tell you that. If there's any Doncaster players that have caught your eye, let us know in the comments, but I suspect it will be a player wearing red, amber and black who will take the vote this afternoon. Last tackle, says referee Tom Crashley. Miller on Garside. Miller's pass has been picked up by Johnson. Here we go. Jono's away, and he's brought down there by Charlie Martin and Richard Owen. Keys, the Bulls have numbers. Laithwaite wrapped up on the 30. 2 tackles gone, and they're only 30 metres out with tackles to spare. Halafihi will just go for a 10, make that 15-metre run out of dummy half as Vila Halafihi impressed you this afternoon. The Bulls looking for an 8th try as it goes out to Keys on the right-hand edge. Beautiful reverse pass on the inside from Laithwaite to Pickersgill, and that'll be tackle number 4. Hallis leaves the field. On comes Mikey Wood. Crossley to Pickersgill. Ethan Ryan. Is it a hat-trick? It will be a hat-trick. Ethan Ryan. Oh my word. He plucked that ball out of the air like Superman. And he touches down in the corner. He's landed on his back. The poor lad's winded. But the Bulls have an 8th try. And Ethan Ryan, he'll be taking that match ball home with him.
Well, apparently there's not much more room in Matty's house, apparently. There's that many rugby balls in there. I think you just saw the man of the match finish there from that lad. Great finish. But for me, how much better have we been in the last 10 minutes? Because we've started shifting the ball around the field again a bit more. We saw another little interchange play there when Laithwaite hit Pickers back on the inside. Then Dane's got plenty of room to put the chip up, and you know, regardless of the kick, it's a fantastic finish from Ethan. But because we're shifting the ball around, they don't know what's going on at the moment, and that's proved the point with the tries that we're scoring.
A deserved hat-trick then for Ethan Ryan, Minnie. He's now up to 18 tries. He's 4 behind you.
Yeah, he's getting there now. What a try. Absolutely awesome. Look, flew through the air, and obviously with that finish again, you're under a bit of pressure by their defender. If he hadn't scored, I'm sure we got a penalty because he tackled him in the air blatantly. Nice to see Ethan go up, obviously with no injury, but no, what a try, and very happy he's got an hat-trick for himself.
Bradford's very own superhero, Ethan Ryan. 44 points to 14. A crushing blow for Richard Horn's Doncaster side. The Bulls supporters in the sun here at Odsal, enjoying this performance as Dane Chisholm, meticulous in his preparation, slots this one over via the help of the right-hand paws. 46-14, Bulls Live, proper sport. Ethan Ryan getting a lot of comments for the man of the match. So too, Brandon Pickersgill. We've also got two judges to the left of me, and someone's actually said, Elliot, the man of the match should be you for fantastic commentary and analysis.
Oh, that's very nice of him, thank you very much. I'm going to sit on the fence with my man of the match, well, men of the match. I'm going to go Ethan Ryan, obviously scores an hat-trick, 3 fantastic finishes there in the corner. And he's done a lot of work as well in yardage, getting himself out of yardage. That stuff goes unnoticed, but as well, Brandon Pickersgill, like I said, he's been safe under the eyeball. Stopped a couple of tries on our line defensively, and he's given it, and he's scored a couple himself. So great performance by the boys.
Well, Elliot Minchella, he's going to split it. Unfortunately, we can't. We have to give it to someone. So we'll let the people watching the proper sport Bulls live stream decide. It's looking like Ethan Ryan's just going to nick it at the minute. Looking at the comments, Mikey Wood is caught high there. A bit of a lazy arm there from the interchange forward, Connor Scott. And the penalty count now is even Steven at 5 penalties apiece. And the referee is going to stop the clock with 8 minutes remaining here at Odsal Stadium. The Bulls could yet reach 50 points. And as we said, Richard Owen, 150 appearances for Castleford and Wakefield, bringing a lot of experience at the back. Unfortunately, Richard Owen hasn't been able to stop some of the tries, and I'm already itching to get in the media room, fire up the laptop, and I want to watch that Brandon Pickersgill try, taking that inside pass, sublime movement from Jono, touching down, but play just halted here. Cameron Scott, the Hull FC dual reg player, just receiving a bit of strapping to the right arm, and it's almost certainly looking like Ethan Ryan's going to get the man of the match. Lee Silburn has obviously caught the sun a little bit too much. He's getting a little bit silly in the chat. He says, yes, Dinaris. But Ethan Ryan, he gets the man of the match, and as we say, Minnie, what does he bring to the side?
Ethan's a great player. He's got a lot of pace, and we know how good he is at finishing. That's a big part of Ethan's game, isn't it? His finishing. But like I said as well, he's good defensively. He stopped a try down here when he got in the way of their pass. And yeah, it's like I said. Sorry, just getting carried away there with the boys. But no, Ethan's a great player, great defensive player, and obviously great attacking player as well. He's a valuable member of our team.
Matt Garside, Mr. Resilient, is brought down 2 metres away from the line. The drum starting to bang. Callum Bustine! And Callum Bustine will burst through some weak and feeble Doncaster defence. And it is a 9th try of the afternoon for the Bradford Bulls. And they hit the half century at Odsal once again. It is 50 points to 14. And you look back at the previous home games, those big league wins here against Coventry, West Wales, Doncaster and North Wales. 50 points every home game. I tell you something, Odsal's becoming a fortress again, Minnie.
It is. We made it an aim at the start of our season to go unbeaten here and reward these fans with no defeats, and we're well on course for that. But going back to that try, you don't stop the big bear from 5 metres out, and he'll be loving that try quietly to himself tonight. Callum will be watching it back 100 times. Great try, and he deserved that. He's done a lot of work today, and he's getting a round of applause now from the fans, so well done, Callum.
Well, when I was grading the first half performance, I give Callum Bustine a B+, and I actually wrote, incredibly difficult to stop a man of his power when he gets the legs pumping. And that was on the money. Nothing that the Doncaster defence could do to stop the big bear. Callum Bustine. Chisholm then. 5 metres to the right-hand side of the post. Adds the extra 2 points. And the scoreboard now, Bradford Bulls 52, Doncaster 14. It's Bulls Live and Proper Sport here at Odsal Stadium. And Bradford, they're going to finish with a flourish. 9 tries to 3 and 52 points to 14. Chisholm just 1 miss all afternoon, 8 from 9 attempts. And the referee here looks to the touch judge, says it's a knock-on, head and feet to Doncaster. So we've still got time for Doncaster to pour some points on the board. And just looking at the watch, guys, the game kicked off at 4 o'clock, and we've still got about 10 minutes to go to 6 o'clock.
We never started, Mick, till about 10 past 4 by the time everything was sorted out. I know time's drifted on and I missed my dinner tonight.
Doncaster, can they get a consolation try here? Richard Owen looks for support, wrapped up there by Liam Johnson, 5 metres out from the line. Cameron Scott in at dummy half to Boyle. Boyle brought down on his back. Peltier turning in the tackle, also Liam Kirk. Keswick in at dummy half. Goes to Lytton. Lytton booms the pass out wide. Tarley's looking for it in support. Sanderson keeps the ball in. Tarley at dummy half, 5 away from the Bradford line to Lytton. Lytton to Hedges. Hedges brought down there by Wood, Peltier and Kirk. And they've got 2 tackles remaining, the Bulls, to defend here from the Doncaster side. As Lytton to Tarley. Tarley's gone without the ball. Great, solid, removable defence there from the Bradford Bulls. And it's Bulls Live Proper Sport, 52 points to 14. Exactly 4 minutes remaining on the clock. And Trish Stainton says, well played, Callum Bustin. And Nicole Milner says, this win's made my day. Thank God for Bulls Live and Proper Sport. So too says Susan Bethnell. And Rich Lee Harris says, cannot wait to come when the Knights play the Bulls. And what a game that promises to be. Preparations already underway behind the scenes at Odsal. We're looking at a crowd of over 5,000 for that fixture at the end of July. So make a date in your diaries, the 22nd of July. 2 sides going neck and neck for promotion in Betfred League One here at Odsal Stadium. And you can watch it all live and exclusively free on Bulls Live and Proper Sport. Peltier's wrapped up, 12 metres shy of the halfway line. Halafy in at dummy half, gives it there to Mikey Wood. Wood's wrapped up on his back. Last tackle, says the referee. Halafy is going to move it towards the right-hand side with Keys. Keys in centre field. Charlie Martins knocks the ball on. It's picked up there by Liam Kirk. Is Kirk going to avoid the nudie? No, he's not. He's wrapped up just inside the Doncaster 10, and it is the 0 tackle. Chisholm out towards Johnson. Johnson on this left-hand side looks for support, finds Pickersgill. Pickersgill goes behind Garside. Back in centre field to Halafy. Halafy to Garside. Garside brought down there by Kyle Keswick. Quick play the ball. He's got 4 tries, has he, Ethan Ryan? He's got 4 tries. Oh my word. How has Ethan Ryan got that one down? If that was in the NRL, they would talk about it for months, if not years. Ethan Ryan, 4 tries at Odsal Stadium. And somebody tell me, if not Ethan Ryan, isn't the brightest prospect outside Super League. Ethan Ryan dives in at the corner. His 4th try of the afternoon. 90 seconds to go. He's now on 19 for the season.
He needs to work on his finishing, Mick, doesn't he, after that? Only had 1 hand on the ball. He's unbelievable finisher underneath, and there was no space there. And to be honest, with his hat-trick try, he was falling backwards and still got the ball down. And I'm assuming the man of the match things are now flying in, because to me, there you go, just been announced in the stadium. Fantastic. And for me, the whole of this last 20 minutes has come off the bat that Bradford have actually started playing a bit. we're shifting the ball around, everybody involved in the game, and then we're getting results like that. You know, to me, that's what we should be doing from the off.
Yeah, outstanding again by Ethan. What a try, what a finish, and that's Ethan's bread and butter, innit? That's why he's become an household name here at Bradford and why all these fans absolutely love him playing here, and what a try. Really happy for Ethan.
Well, if England have Harry Kane, let me tell you this, the Bulls have Ethan Ryan, and the Bulls supporters below the gantry here, they are proudly chanting that Ethan Ryan, he's one of our own. Chisholm from this main stand side across the face and waved away by the touch judges. That is going to be all she wrote. A spectacular late surger tries here, and Odsal are going to see the Bradford Bulls move 2 points clear of the York City Knights in emphatic fashion. 56 points to 14. The plaudits will all go to that man wearing number 2, Ethan Ryan.
Yeah, outstanding, Ethan. I'm no longer sitting on the fence. Ethan was definitely the man of the match in that game. No, great win. Like we said in the pre-match, Doncaster are a great team, and you know, this is a great win for the boys. And I just want to give a special mention to the middles out there in this heat. They've done a lot of work today, and they do the stuff that goes a bit unnoticed by everyone. So big raps on the middles.
Yeah, for me, real good game. Played at 80% though, if you ask me, to be honest. I think there's another 20% in there, and we're going to need it in the games coming up. You know, as you say, 2 points clear again at the top of the league, but for me, got to focus on processes more. I know we've racked some points up, but as someone said in here earlier, we're worried about these games, and we shouldn't be if we play how we can play. 4,482 here today. The 2 is my mum and Joe's grand's here actually. She's driven all the way up to see him, so she'll be pleased that they've won. But for me, mate, we've got to keep doing what we're practicing. If we don't, it's going to come down to the wire at the end of the season.
Highest crowd of the season then inside Odsal, 4,482, and I think, Minnie, that's obviously been boosted by some of the supporters coming to watch the football and it being Veterans Day. But once again, that attendance for League One Rugby League football, that puts a couple of Super League crowds to shame.
It's absolutely outstanding. I said it a couple of weeks ago. We absolutely can't appreciate these fans anymore. We love the fans, and they're a massive part of our club, and they've been through some bad times. Hopefully the good times will start to come back, and I'll say thank you to everybody who's come out today on behalf of the boys, and your support does not go unnoticed.
Well, what a fantastic performance that has ended up being from the Bradford Bulls. Flat at times in the first half, but in the second half the Bulls really did cut loose, scoring 34 points, conceding 6 in the process. Elliot Mitchell, the Bulls go down the M1 next week, trip to Coventry. What are your thoughts on that game, and are you likely to be playing?
Yeah, hopefully I'm on the bus down to Coventry with the lads. Quite confident I will be, so the head's not too bad. And no, we need to go there again and hopefully get a good performance. It's all about performances, and the result will look after itself. We need to go there very professional and get the job done, and I'm sure we will.
And just finally, John Keys, just a little bit of your thoughts on that second half performance.
Yeah, much better. I think we end up being a bit one-dimensional, don't we? And I think for me then, as I said, as they got more tired, we started shipping the ball around a bit more and scoring tries both sides of the field. And for me, when we beat other teams, like when York come here, we can't play in the 10-yard channel down one side of the field. It ain't going to work because they'll be too smart for us. And I think as well that what we really need to do is go at these teams from the start. I know we scored after 90 seconds today, but we didn't wake up. And I think for me, what they need to be able to do is that some of these games should be 20-0 in 10 minutes. But what we're doing is we slowly build up, and I think we just need to come out of the blocks flying at people. That's what I'd like to see more of.
Well, Ethan Ryan, it's the second time this season he scored 4 tries in a game. He did it at home against Coventry Bears. Full time here then from Mick Gledall, Elia Michela and John Keys and the Proper Sports team, and has finished the Bulls 56, Doncaster 14. See you next week at the Butts Park Arena, 2:30. If you can't make the trip down, it'll be Coventry Bears against the Bradford Bulls.